Alex the lion, Marty the zebra, Melman the giraffe, and Gloria the hippopotamus. The friends are captured after trying to escape from the Central Park Zoo. Under pressure from animal rights activists, the zoo sends them and other animals by ship to a wildlife preserve in Kenya. During the voyage, the penguins escape from their crate and hijack the ship, trying to redirect it to Antarctica. To hijack, avoid, create and wildlife preserve. These words are included in a deck of flashcards that we created for this lesson. All you need to do is click the link in the video description to get your vocabulary practice with all the words you learned today on our Real Life English app for free. I'll tell you more about it later, but now this is how the lesson will work. First, we'll watch the clip with the subtitles. Then you'll learn the key vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar. And finally, you'll test your comprehension by watching the entire scene one last time, this time without subtitles. And I'll ask some quiz questions to see how well you've understood everything. Let's watch the first clip from the movie Madagascar.
Progress report.
It's an older code, Skipper. I can't make it out.
You, higher mammal. Can you read?
No, Phil can read, though. Phil? Ship to Kenya. Wildlife Preserve, Africa.
Africa? That ain't gonna fly. Rico!
You might have noticed that the penguins act like a special operations team, with each member having a specific role or skill. Skipper is their leader. In English, skipper typically means the captain of a ship or boat, and it's often used informally to refer to someone in charge. Kowalski is the brains of the operation. His name comes from a common Polish surname, which makes him sound like a clever scientist or engineer. Rico is the team's explosives and weapons expert, and Private is the youngest and most innocent of the group. In the military, Private is the lowest rank for soldiers. By the way, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and hit the bell down below not to miss our newest lessons, because every week on this channel we publish lessons just like this one to help you understand your favorite movies and TV series without getting lost, without missing the jokes, and without subtitles.
Progress report.
It's an older code, Skipper. I can't make it out.
So here we see Skipper is asking Kowalski for a progress report. A progress report is an update of the current status of a mission or project. It can be used in various contexts, such as tracking work or school projects, or checking personal goals like progress in fitness programs.
It's an older code, Skipper. I can't make it out.
Kowalski said he couldn't make it out. To make out is to understand or decipher something, especially when it's unclear or difficult to see or hear. Like in this example from Aladdin.
Hey, I think there's something written here, but it's hard to make out.
And this in Toy Story.
Pescat, what do you see? Oh, it's hard to make out.
And by the way, if you hear the phrase making out in movies, it could also be referring to kissing, which is a slang meaning of this phrase. Let's practice the connected speech with this phrase.
It's an older code, Skipper. I can't make it out.
First of all, we have a flap T, or this D sound in the word it. Make it out. And the K sound from make gets linked to the following word. Make it out. Make it out. Listen and repeat.
It's an older code, Skipper. I can't make it out. I can't make it out.
You higher mammal. Can you read?
Skipper then turns for help to a chimpanzee, as they are known for their intelligence compared to other animals. He calls him a higher mammal as an informal way to refer to his more advanced brain functions. A mammal is a type of animal that feeds its babies milk. Humans, dogs, and monkeys are mammals. Birds, fish, and reptiles are non-mammals.
No, Phil can read, though. Phil? Ship to Kenya. Wildlife Preserve, Africa.
Phil, another chimpanzee, uses sign language to explain what's written on the box. And the first chimpanzee translates it back to Skipper that the ship is headed to a wildlife preserve in Kenya. Wildlife refers to animals living in the wild, and a wildlife preserve is a protected area where animals live freely in their natural habitat. Some of the biggest and most famous preserves are the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania, the Yellowstone National Park in the US, and the Amazon Rainforest Reserves in South America.
Africa? That ain't gonna fly. Rico!
What do you think this phrase means? Ain't going to fly. Penguins cannot fly. The ship is broken. This is not acceptable. Ain't going to fly is a colloquial expression meaning it won't work or it's not acceptable. Skipper is rejecting the idea of going to Africa, saying it's not part of their plan.
Trying to avoid your duties, huh? Well, that just ain't gonna fly!
Africa? That ain't gonna fly.
Ain't is an informal contraction for am not, is not, and here it drops its T sound in the NT letters combination. We also hear gonna instead of going to. Ain't gonna fly. And finally, we've got here a flap T or D sound in the word that, and it gets linked to the following word. That ain't gonna fly. That ain't gonna fly. Listen and repeat.
Africa? That ain't gonna fly. That ain't gonna fly.
Ain't gonna fly. What a great expression to use in your conversation next time you want to disagree with a suggested plan. Do you think you can remember this idiom well enough? Because it happens often during the conversations that you know you learned this idiom or this expression, but now when you want to use it, your brain goes blank. You pause, you try to remember, then you feel embarrassed or frustrated, and we don't want you to feel frustrated. So we created the Real Life English app to help you exactly with that, with never forgetting the words and expressions you learned with our lessons. As I mentioned, every lesson like this one comes with a deck of flashcards, and by practicing just 10-15 minutes daily with them on our app, you'll be able to transfer these new words from your short-term into your long-term memory. Plus, with the spaced repetition software, you will retain vocabulary more effectively by reviewing these new words at carefully timed intervals, just when you're about to forget them. And of course, you can use all these words in the conversations through video calls connecting to the students of our Real Life English community. I highly recommend you check it out. The app is free to download. Just look for Real Life English in the App Store or Google Play, or simply click the link in the description below. It's free to get started, so go and download it now. At the end of this scene, we see Rico pulling out a paper clip, making a shape that looks like a key, and unlocking the crate. These sturdy boxes or containers used for transporting various items are called crates. So the penguins attack the guard and get into the captain's deck to knock him out. They are now in control of the ship as the new crew. Meanwhile, Alex and Marty keep arguing inside their crates. Let's watch this scene.
I was the star in the greatest city on earth.
Guys,
a
listen.
king,
Okay,
loved
look.
by my people.
Let's just be
and
civil.
you ruined everything.
Loved?
Guys,
If
guys,
the people loved you,
quit it
it's
up
only
there.
because they didn't know the real you!
don't make me come up there. I'll get the whooping on both of
Oh,
y'all.
I thought I knew the real you. By the way,
let's
Marty,
talk
your black
about
and
it
white
like
stripes, they cancel each other out.
Status.
It's no good, Skipper. I don't know the codes.
Don't give me excuses. Give me results. Navigation. All right. Let me see. And shut him up.
I did it!
Let's get this tin can turned around.
That's quite a heated argument with everyone talking over each other. Let's try to figure out what they're saying and learn some useful phrases.
I was the star in the greatest city on earth.
Guys,
a
listen.
king,
Okay,
loved
look.
by my people.
Let's just be
and
simple.
If you didn't watch the movie, can you guess what city he's referring to when Alex says, "I was the star in the greatest city on earth"?
I was the star in the greatest city on earth.
Alex refers to New York City, highlighting its importance and greatness. As the star attraction at the Central Park Zoo, he was adored and admired by visitors. Now he feels that Marty's plan to escape has ruined his life. Their friend Gloria is asking everyone to calm down and talk politely instead of fighting, or to be civil, meaning to behave respectfully, avoiding conflict or rude behavior.
I have the results.
Whatever happens, Abe, I hope we can be civil.
Up!
This is a better product, and I'm the CEO, and I'm gonna say this is where we go.
You f***ing
Whoa.
guys. Please be civil.
Ruined everything.
Loved?
Guys,
If
guys,
the people loved you,
quit it
it's
up
only
there.
because they didn't know the real you!
To quit is to stop doing something. So here Gloria is telling Alex and Marty to stop arguing. An alternative phrase would be to knock it off. Check it out in the example from The Simpsons.
Quit it. Knock it off. Stop it. Don't make me come up there. I'll get the whooping on both of y'all.
To get the whooping would be to receive a scolding or punishment, sometimes physical. So Gloria, like a big mama, threatens to punish the boys if they don't stop fighting.
I thought I knew the real you. By the way, Marty,
talk
your black
about
and
it
white
like
stripes, they cancel each other out.
Alex jokes about Marty's black and white stripes being opposites, making him nothing. To cancel each other out means to negate or neutralize each other, leaving no effect. You might understand it better with these two examples.
Bart, I'm impressed with what you did in there. You testified for the Quimby boy even though it was putting your own head in a noose. On the other hand, you skipped school.
I guess the two things cancel each other out, huh?
No, I wanted you to kiss me, but I have falafel breath.
I don't care. I do too. We cancel each other out.
Okay, great.
All right. Let me see. And shut him up!
Rather sharply, Skipper tells the team to stop the captain from speaking so he can think. The phrase "shut him up" is a way of telling someone to make another person stop talking.
I did it!
Private successfully overrides the computer system to hijack the ship. To override means to take control of a system, machine, or process, bypassing its usual operation or rules. For example, you can override the security system. And to hijack is to illegally take control of a vehicle by force.
In the dead of night, you and I grab some provisions, hijack one of those longboats, and then we row back to Spain like there's no mañana.
Let's get this tin can turned around.
Tin can is this, but used as a slang, it refers to a small or poorly built vehicle or machine. Skipper calls the ship a tin can as a derogatory term, showing a lack of respect for a hijacked ship. Check out these examples. In both of them, they call a plane a tin can.
Pardon me, coming through. Now, where in this tin Can I get some snacks? No!
Turbulence. It means anything from a few little bumps to a catastrophic weather system that could knock your flying tin can right out of the air.
Awesome job today. Let's see how much you can understand without subtitles and how many words you remember. It's time for a test.
Always feel nauseous.
Progress report. It's an older code, Skipper. I can't make it out.
Select the correct meaning of the phrase make out to translate from a foreign language, to understand something, to perform a task.
You, higher mammal. Can you read?
No, Phil can read, though. Phil? Ship to Kenya. Wildlife Preserve, Africa.
Africa? That ain't gonna fly.
Ain't gonna fly means a situation is not acceptable. A ship is broken. It is too far from here.
Rico.
I was the star in the greatest city on Earth.
Guys,
a
listen.
king,
Okay,
loved
look.
by my people.
Let's just be
and
civil.
you ruined everything.
Loved?
Guys,
If
guys.
the people loved you,
Quit it
it's
up
only
there.
because they didn't know the real you!
Don't make me come up there. I get the whooping on both of y'all.
What does a get some whooping mean? To overcome a significant challenge, to get punished, to cheer someone up.
Thought I knew the real you. Wait,
let's
Marty,
talk
your black
about
and
it
white
like
stripes, they cancel each other out.
Status.
It's no good, Skipper. I don't know the codes.
Don't give me excuses. Give me results. Navigation. All right. Let me think. And shut him up!
When you want to silence someone, you shut them out, shut them off, shut them up.
I did it!
Let's get this tin can turned around.
In slang, tin can is used to describe a food container, a poorly maintained vehicle, a piece of outdated technology. That's it for today. Remember to practice new words and expressions you learned in this lesson with the flashcards on our Real Life English app. You'll find a special link right in the description below. Just use your smartphone to get started. It's the easiest way to make these words stick with you forever. And if you are staying with us on YouTube, give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. This way you help other learners find these videos as well. Here's another great lesson for you to watch next.
That must be Shen's palace on the other side of the city.
Great! We'll march into the tower and proclaim, "We are the Dragon Warrior and the Furious Five, and we are here to bring you to justice!"